What about Monday night football? Well, that's not during the day, it's at night, hence the name. Oh, and I'm making the prison rounds Tuesday and Wednesday. Lori knows what that means. I visit former clients of mine who were found guilty at trial and are in prison. I don't want them to think they've been forgotten. So, what do you have on tap for today? I asked, trying to pull the old switcheroo. I'm going running, then a spinning class, then Pilates, and then this afternoon I'm volunteering at the hospital. You know, I can't decide which of those things sounds the most awful. I've got an idea, Andy. Uh-oh. Lori's ideas often involve my expending energy by actually doing things, and today I really just want to plant myself in front of the large-screen TV in the den. I'm so looking forward to total relaxation that I bought a bag of already popped popcorn so I don't have to deal with the microwave. I hope it's a long-range, down-the-road, futuristic kind of idea because we're talking Giants-Redskins, I say. Well, it might be a way for you to really do something productive, something that you would also enjoy. She quickly adds, but definitely not today. I understand we're talking Giants-Redskins. My name, Andy Carpenter, is listed under attorneys in the phone book, assuming phone books still exist. But since my desire to work is really low and my bank account is really high, I haven't taken on any clients in almost 6 months, so I'm a little leery about what Lori might be driving at. As long as what you're going to suggest doesn't include judges, courthouses, depositions, or briefs, and if I can bring Tara, I'm all ears, I say. It doesn't include any of those things, and Tara's actually the key to it. I relax the cringe I've been doing since the conversation began. Tara is my best friend, right up there with Lori. She is also a golden retriever, the greatest one on earth. My interest is officially piqued. She continues, I think you should take Tara to the hospital as a therapy dog. This could be worse, but it ain't great. I know a little bit about the therapy dog process, and while I think it's a great thing to do, it's especially great for other people to do with other people's dogs. I can't speak or bark for Tara, but I'm not anxious to start spending time in hospitals. Doesn't Tara need some special training for that? I ask. She shakes her head. Not this one. I've checked it out. All they require is a mellow disposition and friendliness on the part of the dog, plus human compassion. Tara is mellow and friendly, and she has enough of the human compassion part for both of you. Well, sounds great, but there must be a huge waiting list for something like that. I don't want to cut in line. Lori shakes her head. Nope. And I suppose you've already talked about it with Tara? She nods. She was quite enthusiastic about it. I look over at Tara, who does in fact seem fine with everything and doesn't appear surprised. This has all the earmarks of a setup. I'm not going to win this, so I might as well try to make it pay off. How is this going to impact my life sexually? I ask. Lori smiles. I find the prospect of you doing this to be very erotic. I return the smile. My cup of human compassion runneth over. If I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't have believed it. I've been in the hospital room occupied by the very frail Mrs. Harriet Marshall for 35 minutes. When I got here, she seemed barely awake, and her mumbling speech was impossible to understand. I told her who I was, and she showed no reaction whatsoever. I could have told her the room was on fire, and I wouldn't have gotten a response. She was depressed, numbed, and mostly lifeless, sort of how I felt after the Redskins beat the Giants yesterday. She had absolutely no interest in me, had nothing to say to me, and barely acknowledged my existence. In terms of dealing with females, it felt like I was back in high school. Then Tara walked over to her, and everything changed. It took 3 or 4 minutes, during which Tara sniffed her and put her nose against her arm. Harriet resisted until Tara pulled out the big move, the combination lean against nuzzle with a slight lick and an adoring glance. In Dogland, the move has a degree of difficulty of 9.7, and as far as I know, there is no known defense against it. So within 5 minutes, Harriet was petting Tara with both hands. She was using a reverse pet, which means she would stroke her head from front to back and then from back to front.